Last week I got a call from a close friend and he said, I have got 10 lakhs in cash and I want to invest in mutual funds. What do you suggest? It's not so uncommon, right? When I asked him the investment horizon, he said around 5 years, not more than 10, not less than 5. Now, if he has said 10 years, I would have told him go ahead and invest the money lump sum in the mutual fund. But considering 5 years on mind, that's a whole together a different story where you will have a dilemma. A lot of investors have a dilemma because we never know how the market is, we never know how the equity funds behave. Now, you tell me, should he invest all his 10 lakhs at once? What would you do in this case? Do you invest the lump sum? If you do SIP, money will be there in your bank account. The 10 lakhs will be there in the bank account. But do you get the benefit of keeping the whole lump sum in your bank account and paying in the form of SIP to your mutual fund? No. Yeah. This is another smart way where I have told him that he could have go for this. He could go for this, and basically he can make benefit of having the lump sum, gaining some 7 to 8% of interest, and systematically transfer that to a mutual fund house. Now, if he had invested 10 lakhs lump sum 2 weeks back, today it's December 22nd. Now, exactly if he had invested on December 14th or any date around, now if you see the the index, it has fallen 1800 points since then, which is basically 7 to 8% correction in a week. So if he had invested 10 lakhs, probably he would have missed the opportunity of grabbing this 7% dip, right? Now, let me take you through the risk here. The stock market is like basically a roller coaster where you have lots of up and downs. When you are investing a lump sum, if you want to stay invested for 10 years, then it's all fine. It's all fine. If you are investing, for more than 10 years or 15 years, that's okay. But the thing is, he said 5 years time, and not sure how the market would be in the 5 years if you are not taking the opportunity of buying the dip or buying the correction. One thing. Now, let's break it down completely. With the lump sum which he has invested, if he has locked this lump sum, which is around 10 lakhs for a single point of time, if the market crashes just right after just what we have discussed now, he would have got significant loss, or not loss until unless he sells, but I could say that he would have missed the opportunity of investing, at lesser price. That's like no one wants it, especially with short-term investment horizon. No one would no one would want to have or go through this situation. Yeah. But what if I tell you there is a cushion for that risk? Yes, that's where the magic of STP comes into the picture. You would have heard about SIP, but I'm going to tell you about STP, where it helps you to spread out your investments with extra cushion of risk. Here is how it works. You park your 10 lakhs in safe debt fund, and from that debt fund you systematically transfer portion of your debt fund from your debt fund to the equity fund. Let me explain it very simple in a simple way. What you do is you park your entire 10 lakhs in one debt fund, and that debt fund would give you some 8% of return. Yeah. So every month what you do is, as you have invested 10 lakhs, now every month from this debt fund you have one STP, where that is systematic transfer plan. What happens is, from this debt plan, every month, depending upon your risk appetite or depending upon the amount that you want to invest in the equity market, that amount, for example, say 50,000. Now every month you want to invest 50,000 in a mutual fund. From this debt fund, every month, by taking the benefit of 8% interest, every month 50,000 would get added to your equity fund. So in this case, what happens is, you have started earning money from a debt fund, plus you have started taking the advantage of time and putting the money in the equity fund. So instead of jumping into the market all at once, what you are doing is you are dipping your toes gradually so that it reduces the impact of market volatility. I hope I made it clear. Now, for those who are thinking, well, why not SIP? Why not SIP? But as I told you, STP works much better when you have a lump sum money in hand. Just to avoid your, market risk, what we are doing is we are parking in a debt fund. From the debt fund, every month you are systematically transferring it to an equity fund. See, as simple as that. You have chosen a mutual fund where current NAV is 40, NAV is 40. Now, after 10 years, if you have invested in lump sum, you may, the fund basically consider 300, 400 it has reached. But what if the same NIV, what is the same NIV, you would have got it for 25 rupees, because this 40 straightforward, it won't go to 200, right? It goes to 50, it comes to 40, it goes to 60, again it comes to 30, 35. So it's like a roller coaster, as I said. Yeah. So just to get advantage of this particular dips, it's always better to go for STP if you have lump sum money, where you have a stability of debt fund plus potential growth of equity. Yeah, that's where the both work best together. Now, for this, you need to remember a very, very important point. The point is, you cannot have STP cross AMC. When I say cross AMC, for example, if you have a debt fund, your equity fund as well should be from the same AMC. Just like an example, if you're opting for ICICI debt fund, then you can transfer this debt fund money, or you can have an STP only to the equity fund that is under ICICI AMC or fund house. Like simple example, you parked your 10 lakhs in the ICICI debt fund. Now you cannot transfer this debt fund by having STP for HDFC mutual fund or Nippon mutual fund. You have to do it only for your ICICI. So in this process, what happens is, what is the best thing to do is, first you figure out the equity fund that you want to invest. For example, if you want to invest in Nippon, Nifty 50 or Nippon Nifty 200, no, you have to find if Nippon has, debt funds. There you go ahead investing in the Nippon debt fund first, and have an STP, which is basically transfers your money from your debt fund to your mutual fund automatically every month as per the parameters that you set in. When I say the parameter, it's about the how much of the money you want and how much of the money you want to transfer, and what is the time period, whether you want to finish up this 10 lakhs in next 5 months, then you have to per month you have to move in for 2 lakhs, 10 months per month 1 lakh, 20 months per month, depends on that, right? You calculate it. So yep. And the most important thing, most of the people miss telling you, is that tax liability. Here, each transaction under STP is subjected to tax deductions because there are capital gains involved. Yeah, because you are on leverage of 8% of capital gain, where it considered as short term. Obviously, you have to pay for it. Yeah, any redemption, as you know, any redemption of mutual funds before 3 years basically gains around 15% of tax. It is called short term capital gains. You must be aware of it. And long term capital gains, obviously, it is dependent on your annual income, and the calculations are different, where at STP we don't consider it as of now. So, what are you waiting for? If you have got a lump sum sitting just around, think about your time frame. And if it is under 10 years, STP is the key to maximize your returns with less risk. Don't let your money sit idle. It has to flow like a river. Huh? If you have ever used STP for your investments, share your thoughts in the comment. And if you have not heard about STP, and if you feel that this video has helped you, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.